The last few papers that I reviewed, it looks like there's a lot of confusion with formatting, so I thought I'd go over some of it. APA is American Psychological Association, and that's different than what we're doing. We're doing a social science, which is sort of a subsection of that. So we're using OWL Purdue, which is a subsection of APA. But there's actually issues with the OWL Purdue as well. I'll show you. If you look at the sample paper, in the sample paper, in the header, they're showing a number 1. This is wrong. For our purposes, we're going with Dr. Timberlake's suggestions. She wants page numbers in the footer in the center in a specific way. Like, for instance, the abstract starts with Roman numeral 2. So for USM, we're doing it a different way than the OWL Purdue. So then they have the title here, and they have an author note. We wouldn't have author note. And then if you look down the second page, they have a 2 here, and that's wrong. There's no signature page, and there's no acknowledgments. So there are some things missing here. Here's the abstract. In the bottom of their abstract, it's supposed to be Roman numeral 2. There's no number there. They reiterated the title here, which you shouldn't do. You should have the word introduction. And then there's no table of contents here either. It just goes straight on into the paper. So there's some issues there. And on our site, if you look at formatting of Capstone, and then you click this link, it goes out to leadership, and you click this link. This goes to the Graduate Studies website. And if you go down to here, guidelines for preparation and submission of master's thesis, I think they made a mistake here in wording. When they show the sections of the paper, 1 through 8, 8 is the text of the thesis, and then in their pagination they write preliminary items 1 through 8 should be numbered consecutively in small Roman numerals. So I actually had my whole paper in Roman numerals, and didn't. And Dr. Timberlake saw that and told me that it should be Arabic, and then the next sentence they talk about beginning your text in Arabic, so they actually contradict themselves in this. But anyway, and then you have to bind it down here. That's why you have to have your 1.5 left margin. So I'll go into my paper real quick and just show you the best way to do it. Here's your header. All you want is your running head on your first page, and then you want capitalized your title, no number here, and then in the title page you want your title again, but not capitalized here, just the first letter. And then you want a signature page, and again no page numbering. And then you want your acknowledgments and no page numbering. And then in your abstract, you want to start page numbering. So what you want to do is go up to your acknowledgments on the bottom of it, and in here you want to click and add a section break. Then you want to add your page numbering at the bottom of the abstract in Roman numeral 2. Then you want to add your table of contents. Now the table of contents is going to have first headings, and then second headings, and third headings. These headings need to be the same as in your paper. They need to be written the same way. And then you're going to have your left aligned here and your right aligned over here, and double spaced. So after that, this table of contents is still Roman numeral. It's from the abstract through the table of contents. Then you're going to have introduction, which is starting with Arabic. So what you do is you go up above that into the bottom of the table of contents, and you add another section break. Then you start Roman numbering, or excuse, you start Arabic on introduction. So this is first heading centered bold, and then your second heading would be here, left aligned. And the third heading would be a tab over from that. Now to get your left margin, you would click in the paper, and then you would go to Edit, select all, so it selects the whole paper, and then you would go to Layout, Margins, Custom Margin, and that's where you'd put your 1.5, and then look down below, make sure that you have whole document selected. And then the same thing goes for double spacing. You can just click, edit, select all, and this time you'd go into format. You could go format document or paragraph, doesn't matter. And then you're selecting double spacing. And then here's your first heading again, and the entire paper is double spaced. There's tabs on all the beginning paragraphs and beginning sentences if there's a new thought. And all these paragraphs are tight next to each other. When I was looking through, I did have some issues I gotta fix. But I'll just keep going through here and show you. Let's see. Okay, so here's first heading, here's second heading, second heading, second heading, and then anything like disclosures or comments, if you have words from someone else, quotes, you could put them in italicized and then do a block quote. And here, see, here's a space, here's a problem. So, okay, so first heading, second heading, and then I have an image. Images, you want to make sure that the edges of the image are within the margins. So just click on it and then you can drag it back and forth. Make sure that it stays within. And this figure A is not actually a heading, it's a descriptor for the image, so you would center it and bold it underneath the image. So that's an exception. Here's something's up here. I have a space here. I'll have to look at it. If you have something weird happening like this, what you can do is you can go up in Home menu and you can click your paragraph mark, and then that'll show you if you have extra paragraph indents or something. So I don't have anything here, so I'm not sure what's up there. It might be that this image is taking up space. So I maybe would just pull the right border a little bit. So anytime you have a new section, you tab and then you tab for your text. So again, oops, that was weird. So down here you would tab for your respondent, then you'd tab for their comment, and then you tab again for another respondent. So you'd have, this one's too far over, and that could be bold probably. Oh, I guess I didn't bold some of them. I'll have to go through this. And that's the idea. So you have your left 1.5, you have your right 1, and the numbering continues all the way through the paper. And let's get down to the bottom. So at the very bottom, you're going to have a limitation section. This is helpful because you can write in why you didn't have so many respondents, if there's any limitations in the data, the method, why they responded a certain way. This is a great place to explain what your paper was lacking. And then I like to have a discussion section here. I think that's important. And then a conclusion section. In anything, any headings, all the information that should be together in the table of contents. For instance, up in here, your introduction would have just introductory information. Your literature review would be just the literature. Your methods would just have a data, population, sample. All that would be in that area. Findings and results are all going to be together. Discussion and conclusion. And down here in the references. So what you want to make sure is that centered bold here. Then you want to have a hanging indent. You want double spaced between each. And you want to make sure they look like this. Each one has this look to it. Now if they don't, if they're all messed up or if there's spaces or whatever, what you can do is you can take it all you can, I'll just copy it for now, but you grab it, you cut it, and then you go to paste it, and you paste special, and you go in here and you paste it unformatted, and then when you paste it in, you can work with it. What you're going to have is some spaces in here. You just go to the edge and you backspace to get rid of the spaces, and then after you're all done, you select it all and you go up to Format, Paragraph, and in here you want hanging and double. So hanging, indent, double spacing, and that should fix each one of these. Because if you pasted them in from the internet, you're going to have links, you're going to have spaces, it's just not going to work. So you're going to want to work with each one of those, make sure they're right. And then you're going to have your appendixes and make sure that they're aligned on both sides. And that should be it.